in the heart of a sprawling forest, where ancient trees reached towards the heavens and the whispers of the wind danced through the leaves, stood a solitary tree. Its gnarled branches reached out like crooked fingers, stretching towards the sky in a silent plea for something lost long ago. Its bark was weathered and cracked, worn down by the passage of time and the harshness of the elements. But despite its desolate appearance, this tree held a quiet beauty, a silent strength that seemed to resonate through the forest around it. Nearby, nestled within the branches of the tree, a small bird made its home. It was a delicate creature, with feathers the color of the dawn sky and eyes that held a glimmer of wisdom beyond its years. Despite the barrenness of the tree, the little bird found solace amongst its branches. Finding comfort in the silence and solitude of its surroundings, the bird's name was Luna, and she had been born beneath the shelter of the tree's branches many seasons ago. From the moment she had hatched from her egg, she had known that this tree would be her home, her sanctuary amidst the chaos of the forest. She would spend her days flitting from branch to branch, her song filling the air with a melody that spoke of peace and tranquility. But as the seasons passed, Luna began to notice a change in the forest around her. The once vibrant foliage began to wither and fade, the trees growing barren and lifeless as if drained of their vitality. The animals that once roamed freely through the underbrush grew scarce, their voices silenced by the encroaching darkness that seemed to seep through the very soil itself. Fearing for the future of her home, Luna decided to seek out the source of this blight, determined to restore balance to the forest once more. With a flutter of her wings, she took flight, soaring high above the canopy in search of answers. For days, Luna journeyed through the forest, her wings carrying her ever deeper into the heart of the darkness that threatened to consume it. She encountered creatures twisted and corrupted by the malevolent energy that permeated the air, their eyes vacant and their movements erratic as they prowled through the shadows. But despite the dangers that lurked around every corner, Luna pressed on, her determination unwavering in the face of adversity. And finally, after what seemed like an eternity of searching, she came upon a clearing bathed in an eerie glow, where a towering figure stood amidst a sea of wilted flowers and barren trees. The figure was a dryad, a guardian of the forest, but she was unlike any Luna had ever encountered before. Her bark was ashen and cracked, her eyes devoid of the warmth and light that Luna had come to associate with the creatures of the forest. She stood with a sense of sorrow and resignation, as if burdened by a weight too heavy for her to bear. Approaching cautiously, Luna spoke, her voice soft but filled with determination. "What has happened to the forest, sister? Why do you stand amidst this desolation, when once you were the guardian of its beauty?" The dryad turned to face Luna, her expression pained. "Long ago, when the forest was young and full of life, I made a pact with a being of great power, a being whose darkness I thought I could contain. But I was wrong. The darkness grew stronger with each passing day until it consumed everything in its path, leaving only death and despair in its wake." Luna listened intently, her heart heavy with sorrow for the plight of her sister. But even in the face of such darkness, she refused to give in to despair. "There must be a way to defeat this darkness, sister. Together, we can restore balance to the forest and drive out the shadows that threaten to consume it." The dryad looked at Luna with a glimmer of hope in her eyes, as if seeing a spark of the light that she had long thought extinguished. "You speak words of wisdom, little one. Perhaps there is still hope for the forest yet." And so, Luna and the dryad joined forces, their powers combining to create a barrier of light that pushed back against the darkness that threatened to overwhelm them. With each passing moment, the light grew stronger, driving back the shadows and restoring life to the forest once more. As the last traces of darkness faded away, the trees began to blossom once more, their leaves unfurling in a riot of color and life. The animals emerged from their hiding places, their voices raised in joyful song as they celebrated the return of light to their home. And amidst it all stood Luna and the Dryad, their bond stronger than ever before as they watched over the forest with a sense of pride and gratitude. For though the darkness had threatened to consume them, they had emerged victorious, their courage and determination shining like a beacon in the night. And so, the little bird and the leafless tree stood as symbols of hope and resilience, their story a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always light to be found for those who are willing to seek it.